Hi, so I'm back with a very different aesthetic and a book review because I just sort of felt like it. I'm here to review Only Ever Yours by Louise O'Neill. Fun story about how this book has come to my attention. My very good friend Coleen of Coleen Books. If you don't know her already, I'll make sure to link her channel down below for you to check out because she's a babe, an absolute babe. She's been raving about this book and this author and has been telling basically everyone she's come into contact with for the past year or so to read Only Ever Yours. She's been pointing it out whenever we would go to bookstores. She would just talk about it all the time in the group chat. She's been on about this. And so when she actually heard that I was finally convinced and interested in reading the book, she went as far as to lend me her own copy, which is why there are all these funky things. Yeah, so she lent me her copy and I read it, and let me tell you, son. The book basically focuses around a dystopian society, which is so dark and basically based on the very concept of sexism, which, believe it or not, makes it a feminist read, in my opinion, because the very principle at the base of the society is sexism. So it just makes you so mad, and the way this theme is treated, and it all makes you so mad and so frustrated and so pissed off at this that it just outlines the need of our society and any society for feminism, which I think is great. I'm always here for that. This book is very dark, though. Obviously, to begin with, dystopians, not quite bright and shiny to begin with. Then again, sexism, not very cool, doesn't make me think of unicorns and rainbows. And then it also deals with issues such as whitewashing and the pressures imposed by society on women, especially since a very young age. And the protagonists of this book are 16, and that's still very young. And then you see 4-year-olds in the same school context being imposed these pressures, and it makes you so mad and so frustrated, and it pissed me off so much, which I think it's so great because it sparked that anger and it brought forward my passion for speaking up about the need for feminism. And yeah, it's treating all these things in such a way that you can't stand them. You might hate the book because of it, but since the point of it is to, outline how negative all these ideas are and how we need to change them, I think it's just a work of genius. My only problem with the book was that obviously you're not going to like the characters because of this setting, and I thought, the protagonist might be different because, them protagonists in dystopians, but it wasn't, which made me so sad. I kept waiting for this to go on your typical dystopian route, and then it didn't, and it actually made me so sad. But it was such a brilliant move from the author that I'm just so mad and so happy at the same time because of this book. And I don't know how that can be, but it's a work of genius, honestly, and the writing style is phenomenal. Also, I found it as a great metaphor that the names of the girls in the book wouldn't start with a capital letter just to outline that they're not even seen as persons. They're just sort of treated as objects, and I'm a nerd when it comes to, quirky capitalization, because that is who I am as human, and I'm a nerd when it comes to metaphors, so this book, I can't deal. Honestly, if you like metaphors and just feminism, or just a great book, or, you know, something that's sort of food for thoughts, something that just sparks a conversation, something that makes you think about life and society and everything, I would 100% recommend you pick up Only Ever Yours by Louise O'Neill. I'm now very tempted to pick up her other book because this is just a work of genius and I have no other way to put it. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Please do let me know if you've read this book, also what you thought of it, if you did. If you want to pick it up, I don't know, show Coleen some love because she introduced me to this. PSA, Coleen was right. I feel like I just need to tell it to the whole world because it's such an important moment in time. Yeah, I will see you guys some other time. I think, I hope, who knows. Life's weird. Bye.